We're going to start with Bengal because today is the crucial third phase of this election. Many key candidates are in the battlefield for the vote today. Joining me live from Battlefield Bengal, Preeti Chaudhary. Preeti Chaudhary is in Haripal in Hooghly. Prema Rajaram is in Howrah, where there's been a bit of a commotion as far as electronic voting machines is concerned. Poulomi is in Tarkeshwar, where we've seen big rally clashes between the BJP and the Trinamool in the last couple of days. Indrajit Kundu is in the Diamond Harbour constituency of South 24 Pargana. So we've got our finest reporting team on the ground and getting you the very latest. Indrajit, coming to you first. What's it looking like? Diamond Harbour, very prominent constituency. We know, what's been happening there over the last few weeks as far as the campaign is concerned. Throw it open for us. Paint us a picture of what polling day has opened like in Bengal.
Well, Shiv, it's nothing less than a festive mood here at the polling station where I am stationed right now. It's the Phoketchaud College in Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour, of course, is also the Lok Sabha constituency of Abhishek Banerjee. Yeah. And we are here in South 24 Pargana district. It has 31 seats. 16 seats are up for grabs in this phase. And out of the total 31 seats that are there in the fray in these elections this year, in 2016, the Trinamool Congress has won 29. Unassailable lead as far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned. Now we know why this is known as a complete fortress as far as the Trinamool Congress is concerned. The scene out here, of course, is that we see an enthusiastic participation of women. And if my camera person can show, on my right, of course, I have the queue of male voters. On my left, of course, is the female voters. And I've been trying to show this. I'll try and show you the number of women voters who have lined up here. And they easily outnumber the men. You can see the queue for men ends here. And of course, on the other hand, on my left, the women voters queue, of course, is here. So just a short while back, it was extending much beyond. So very enthusiastic participation of women out here who have come here in large numbers right from the morning. My camera person can show. They've come with their children, they've come with their toddlers, but they've all come here right in the morning. Everybody masked up because that's very important because the COVID protocols are being followed and COVID numbers are also going up. You can see the official here with sanitizer, with mask, and at the same time with the thermal scanner here. And of course, as far as the security deployment is concerned, you have central security forces with rifles and lathis out here maintaining peace and order in this area, and that's the reason why you see such huge participation of women. If my camera person can once again show, and they're coming here in a jubilant mood, all decked up. Many of them I can see decked up. It's almost like a festive mood here. And when I spoke to a few women, he said that work and household chores can wait, but first they will exercise the democratic right.
Very interesting. Lots of, color as well at polling booths like we always expect. Coming quickly to you, Poulomi as well. Tarkeshwar, a big clash constituency. We've seen high-profile rallies, road shows taking place, in and around that area. What's happening there? Tell us about it. It's been a chaotic few days on the campaign trail.
Well, like you said, a high-profile constituency. The BJP has fielded a former Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, former journalist Shopon Dasgupta from this constituency. He's been doing the rounds. It's been peaceful over here, the election process, as we've been, of course, touring the constituency since this morning, looking at various polling booths. It's been peaceful. The voting process is going on smoothly. But yes, there was a little incident which Shopon Dasgupta encountered on the way because he had information, and we were there as well, where some TMC workers allegedly threatened BJP workers last night about casting their ballot in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party. A woman who is a BJP worker's mother, she tried to ward off the TMC workers allegedly who were I beg your pardon, beating up her son. And in the process, they went for her ear and, they tore her earlobe. She, of course, showed that to us. Shopon Dasgupta also was there. A couple of shops were vandalized in that area. We spoke to the woman as well, and we spoke to Shopon Dasgupta as well. But other than this incident, I beg your pardon, which has come to light. Otherwise, there hasn't been any incident of this nature.
Okay, I just want to, bring in some numbers to show you what the numbers were like in in the last election in 2016 as well, as far as the Bengal is concerned. And remember, right through today, ladies and gentlemen, we had the numbers on Tamil Nadu, which we were showing our viewers in the last bulletin. Let me bring up West Bengal for you. Just a quick look at what the performance and the numbers were like in the last election. Not everybody is aware, so quickly just to remind our viewers that of the 294 seats, this is what it looked like in the last election. Let's, okay. Let me just click that again, once again. Okay, there's a bit of a glitch there. Let me just go across to Preeti while we get that fixed. Preeti, you are in Hooghly. There's been quite a bit of tension as well, some political violence, which has become one of the defining characteristics of this election. What's it looking like there, Preeti?
Well, you know, Shiv, since the morning here, things have been pretty tense. You know, largely it began peaceful, but there were reports of what the BJP says is that one of its members, one of its cadre, the mother, allegedly beaten up so bad this morning that she passed away at the hospital. So it is an allegation, and it's led to a lot of tension just about 10 kilometers from here at Goghat. Right now I'm at Haripal. It's one of the polling stations there. But things in terms of are still tense. But I take off from what Indro also said, Shiv, that there's a sense of festivity about polling here. And when most women, they come, they seem to take out their Sunday best. Because their tension is very high, we've been told not to go near the, those who are casting their ballots. So the minute they finished, I'm going to try and, get in a word from them. But things here, Shiv, at least Hooghly is concerned, and there's a reason for it. If you break it down today, 31 seats are going to polls. 16 of them from Diamond Harbour, which has been extremely violent of late. You've had Hooghly, where 8 seats from Hooghly today are going to polls, and 7 from Howrah. Both Hooghly and Howrah have seen unprecedented amounts of violence. Why is this phase so important, Shiv? And that's the reason why we are seeing the kind of tense situation right now, is that this is a do-or-die battle for Mamta, the third phase. This has been her stronghold. She needs to hold on. This is, if one has to resort to a political cliche, trial by fire. And you can see that on the ground. While we were coming, Shiv, it took us, usually this distance is about 50 kilometers from Kolkata city. It took us triple the time to come, because that is when the incident had just taken place, where, the mother of the BJP cadre had passed away in the hospital. Right on the roads, every road was blocked. At least, till about 2 kilometers from here on, of where I am standing. So difficult to reach here, things are tense, but till now, and we can't reiterate enough, there's been no real violence. So no real violence. There was one odd incident at Tarkeshwar, where CRPF Jawan was taken in for allegedly molesting an underage girl. There was mob violence there as well, but he was, of course, taken away by the cops. Back to you, Shiv.
Okay, Preeti, we'll come back to you. Prema, I'm going to come to you in just a moment. Very quickly, give our viewers a brief overview of what is going to the vote in Bengal as part of this third phase of elections. 2 phases have already happened. The last phase was also a very high profile. We had Nandigram there. Today is the 6th of April. To just give you a sense of what's going into vote. So it's just this part of Bengal that's going into vote today. Also want to show you what the election results the last time were, as far as in this particular area. This is what it looked like the last time. So overwhelmingly, it was the Trinamool that won this particular area as well. 29 seats, of the 31 seats that are going to the polls this time. So this is going to be a big fight. Lots of high-profile constituencies like both like Polami as well as Indrajit and Preeti were telling us. Quickly bringing in Prema as well, who is in the Howrah seat. Prema, Howrah has also seen a bit of a dramatic last few hours with some electronic voting machine tension taking place there. What's the situation? Tell us, give us a full picture on what's happening in Howrah.
Just a little after voting began in West Bengal, we saw that in Howrah there were reports in Uluberia of a Trinamool Congress leader where in his house there was an EVM machine that was found, and even though the Election Commission has taken cognizance of what has happened, the BJP hitting out at the Trinamool Congress, we heard Dilip Ghosh talking and saying that the Trinamool Congress can only resort to these kinds of means when it comes to elections and voting. But that is what the BJP says. Trinamool Congress yet to respond to that. And having said that, the Trinamool Congress has been making allegations since the morning of BJP supporters preventing voters from casting their votes at various ballot boxes at various booths. They have also said that as far as Shampur is concerned, the CRPF is not allowing people to cast their vote even though they have the voter ID slip. They're not allowing them to use a government ID, even like a voter ID card. So these kind of allegations coming in. And also when we spoke to the BJP candidate, actress Tanushree Chakravarti, who is the Shampur candidate, she did say that when she went into a booth, and that was, she just walked out of the booth and we spoke to her, and she said that there were proxy votes taking place in front of her. There was a youth who was standing next to a lady and said that he's her relative, but the lady claimed that she could see, she was not blind, and that she could cast a vote. So these are the allegations coming in from the BJP here in Howrah. Back to you, Shiv.
Okay, this is interesting. There's a lot of stuff happening just right before polling day, where these 31 seats are going to the polls as we speak in this third phase of elections in West Bengal. We've got a reaction in from the BJP as well, obviously, on this EVM issue. Let's just listen in.
ইভিএম বিশ্বাস নাই, ইভিএম গন্ডগোল, ইভিএম নিয়ে বাড়িতে রেখে দিচ্ছে। এই যে টিএমসি ধরে নিচ্ছে হেরে গেছে, তখন এইসব এদিক ওদিক গন্ডগোল করে বদমাইশি করে জেতার চেষ্টা করছে। এটা পুরনো অভ্যাস।
We're joined also by Suryagni Roy from Baruipur in Paschim in Bengal. Suryagni, give us a quick ground report on what's happening there. Very dramatic day, 31 seats going to the polls in West Bengal today. What's happening where you are?
Well, Shiv, I'm here at Baruipur in South 24 Parganas. It's still considered to be, a stronghold of the Trinamool. May 2nd will tell us whether it remains a stronghold of the Trinamool or not. Voting so far in Baruipur and South 24 Parganas has been peaceful. Just a few stray incidents in the South 24 Parganas, which has been termed as an extremely hotspot area where violence can erupt. But there has been a huge, presence of security forces throughout. We found one incident where a voter, we were speaking to that individual. He's of the opinion, he's telling us that, he is a voter, but his name has been struck off and he can't vote. We'll just come to that individual. We'll just speak to him. दादा, क्या हुआ आपका? आप वोट नहीं दे पाए, क्या हुआ?
मैं वोट नहीं दे पाया। मैं चुनाव के लिए गया था। मेरा मेरा पहले वो बूथ था सिकोर वाली GP1। हाँ, सिकोर वाली GP1। ये मेरा नाम है, ये मेरा बीबी का नाम है। मेरा नाम है प्रदीप मंडल।
बारुईपुर के वोटर।
बारुईपुर।
ID कार्ड दिखाइए, वोटर ID कार्ड दिखाइए।
आधार कार्ड है, ये वोटर है।
This is the voter ID card of Pradeep Mandal. So जब आप गए वहाँ पे तो आपको क्या बोला? क्या आपका नाम ही नहीं?
नाम है, वो तो लिस्ट में नाम है, बोलता है डिलीट कर दिया।
वोटर डिलीट कर दिया मतलब?
बोलता है तुम्हारा नाम डिलीट है, इधर नहीं है।
So this is one such incident where a voter has come up with his grievances and he's touring around to know what to do. He wants to cast his vote. He goes over there, he shows his documents, but he has been told in that particular booth that his name is deleted. So these incidents, this is such an incident that has just cropped up in front of us over here in South 24 Parganas is Baruipur, where a voter who is, traveling around just to make sure that he can cast his vote, because that is extremely, extremely important, not only to him, but to this entire process of democratic setup that we have in our country. Back to you, Shiv.
Okay, Suryagni, thank you very much for that.